So we're going to use our base 10 blocks to show the number 281. So we're going to need two 100 blocks. 1, 2, and we're going to need 8 10 sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we need 1 of the cubes. All right, boys and girls, just like with our money, we always count with the highest valued block first. So we're going to go ahead and count them off together. Get ready. 100, 200. Let me start that over. 100, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, and 281. So today we are going to learn how to multiply by 2. All right, so I'm going to show you 4 groups of 2 pennies using the pennies on my board here. So I've got all right, so we have 4 groups of 2 pennies. So we have 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups. So we have 4 groups of 2. So how many pennies did we use? Let's count them. And we can count by our groups of 2, right? So get ready. You say 2, 4, 6, 8. How many pennies did we use? Get ready. Yes, 8. So what is a shorter way to write 4 groups of 2 is? Think about it. Try and write it down on your paper as we practice. 4 groups of 2 is. Okay, so we can write it like this. 4x 2 equals 8. Writing the x is a short way of writing groups of. Mathematicians call the x the multiplication symbol. Some people call this the times symbol. They say 4 times 2 equals 8. Okay, so let's do that one more time. So we have 7 groups of 2. So we want to make 7 groups of 2 pennies. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 groups of 2. Let's go ahead and mark that off. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 groups of 2. So how many pennies did we use, boys and girls? You can go ahead and count them off with me. Get ready. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So we used 14 pennies. So what's a shorter way to write 7 groups of 2 is? Try and write this on your paper. So we've got 7. Remember, mathematicians use a little x to represent groups of 2 equals 14. 7 groups of 2 equals 14. These are the multiplying by 2 facts. How many pennies are in one group of 2? Think about that. How many pennies are in one group of 2? Get ready? 2. Good. If we didn't have any groups of 2, how many pennies would we have? Get ready? 0. Good. So 0 groups of 2 equals 0. And if we had 1 group of 2, we would have 2. Okay? Let's continue. If we had 2 groups of 2, we would have 4. If we had 3 groups of 2, we would have 6. 4 groups of 2 would be 8. By now you can see that we have a pattern going here. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. The pattern is going up by 2 because every time we add one more group of 2, we're adding 2. So 5 times 2 equals 10. 6 times 2, everyone? 12. 7 times 2, everyone? 14. Good. 8 times 2, everyone? Get ready. 16, and 9 times 2, 18. Good job. Okay. So, let's read these problems together as we say the answers. Okay? 2 times 0 equals 0. 2 times 1 equals 2. 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 times 3 equals 6. 2 times 4 equals 8. 2 times 5 equals 10. 2 times 6 equals 12. 2 times 7 equals 14. 2 times 8 equals 16. 2 times 9 equals 18. Good job. So which number tells us the number of groups now? Yes, the bottom number. The numbers we multiply are called factors. The answer to a multiplication problem is called the product. So, do you remember the numbers we multiply are called what? Yes, they are called factors. The answer to the multiplication problem is called the what? Yes, it is called the product. So, when we're looking at this math problem below, we know that 5 and 9 are both factors. 45 is the product. So if we have 5 times 2 pennies, it equals 10 pennies. And we know that this would be called 5 groups of 2, okay? Also, if we have 2 times 5 pennies, it will also equal 10 pennies because we have 2 groups of 5. And we know that since these are factors, they can be switched and still equal the same product. Okay, let's go ahead and read the problems in the top left-hand corner here and say the answers together. All right, get ready. 0 times 2 equals 0. 1 times 2 equals 2. 2 times 2 equals 4. 3 times 2 equals 6. 4 times 2 equals 8. 5 times 2 equals 10. 6 times 2 equals 12. 7 times 2 equals 14. 8 times 2 equals 16. 9 times 2 equals 18. Good. Okay, and on the bottom section here, we have to fill in the empty factor. So what number times 2 equals 8? Get ready. 4. What number times 2 equals 18? 9. What number times 2 equals 2? 1. What number times 2 equals 14? 7. And what number times 2 equals 6? 3. Good. Let's go ahead and go over to the right-hand side, and this is just a little matching section. So 5 times 2 equals 10. 1 times 2 equals 2. 8 times 2 equals 16. 3 times 2 equals 6. 6 times 2 equals 12. 0 times 2 equals 0. 9 times 2 equals 18. 2 times 2 equals 4. 7 times 2 equals 14. And 4 times 2 equals 8.